This is one of those stories where it feels like it could feasibly slot anywhere into the series order. The core narrative of Ayumu starting to feel a bit jaded by how long this kaiju assignment is taking might even work better later into the show, because it further exacerbates how much time it's taking. However, the comedic tone of the episode makes it a good tonal follow-up to the more somber ending of the episode previous. That said, comedy is very subjective, and I found the guest character Yuta Kamiya's antics and mannerisms to be really annoying. Nothing on the actor, he has enough range that this feels like a very deliberate choice to characterize Kamiya this way, and I do think it makes a sort of sense why he's written the way he is. Ayumu needed a sounding board for her concerns about continuing to work on this kaiju investigation, as it's not wholly relevant to her career choices. For other topics, Sorato and or Kosei would work fine as sounding boards, but in this instance it's most effective if it's someone who shares her line of work and grievances. Ayumu herself is somewhat reserved, so it makes sense to make her opposite number someone who is expressive about those sentiments to an nth degree, and kind of flaky about them at that. Obviously, there's no established research field for kaiju biology in this Ultra continuity, so researchers are pulled from elsewhere. Kamiya specializes in reproductive cells, Ayumu in endangered species, both fields that are revealed to be relevant to the kaiju scenario at hand. The Gedrago come to the surface as a consequence of their species' courtship rituals, and the focus becomes about saving them. I wish that, in regards to the former, Kamiya was able to offer more of his expertise, as it's tangentially adjacent to his field. Instead, it's Ayumu who realizes Gedrago's doing a mating dance, but elsewise it's fine. This gets the idea across that even though they were brought on to study kaiju because they were available, their passions and expertise are relevant to the situation. My annoyance with Kamiya aside, the physical comedy is fun. Ultra usually has at least one episode in a series where the suit actors are just doing sillies, and Omega's able to channel a similar energy to Blazer in that there are multiple combatants on the protagonist faction to play around and do gags with. After the mating dance reveal, I thought it was going to turn out that the other female Gedrago was actually alive, and they didn't actually know enough about kaiju biology to make the call that it was dead, but no, they close out the encounter by burying the corpse with the very alive one in the mountain. I mean, I suppose if you think about it in terms of the Gedrago's life cycle, they only surface for mating, so it's normal for them to pass away underground, but it's still kind of morbid.